everybody. Welcome to another Pimp, Gimp, and Shrimp show. All right. Hey, the show we have Mr. Buttermilk. We have Drucifer back again on the show. And it's a disgusting, smelly LaFoot. Your dirty, smelly LaFoot. There we go.
Smelling from here.
The smelling from here, exactly.
The smell-o-vision.
Like that's right.
Cheeto feet.
Cheeto feet. Hey, so today's episode, we are going to do the recent Las Vegas backyard alien incident that happened not too long ago. Now, as it is big, like mid-July that we're talking about this, and it's been a huge thing the past month, and it's kind of looking. I actually did. Now we normally, guys, over here we don't do too much homework and stuff because it's not us. We're just a comedy thing. We just want to make people laugh and stuff. But I kind of went down the rabbit hole a little bit on this because I wanted to know more about it because it is basically in our Las Vegas backyard area, and I want to know what was going on. I'm like, what is going on? Because we don't hear much about it. But let's start off. Basically, the whole thing started. Now, you guys have heard about this, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Basically,
I did kind of did a little research too on it because
right.
My wife actually did a lot more than me, but
right.
I was like, I just watched it like yesterday and a little bit this morning, and I was like, yo, that's pretty crazy.
It is. So the first thing that came up to me, it was at the beginning of June, where my son kind of mentioned, like, hey, Dad, did you hear about the aliens in Vegas? I'm like, what? So I looked it up right away. I pulled up on YouTube. It was an actual Channel 8 news here from Vegas feed about it, and it talked about it. And it shows that first you hear the 911 call about this kid calling in about aliens. Now, if you guys want to look this up, just look up YouTube, Channel 8 News, Las Vegas, aliens in the backyard, and they'll give you the actual feed. And it tells you the 911 call. It were you going to say something?
No.
Oh, yeah. And first you hear the call, and then you see the officers that go. So the kid calls in, hey, we got aliens in the backyard. They're 8, 9, 10 feet because they're definitely not human. They got large eyes because this is not a joke. We're really terrified. And I remember when I went back and watched it again, I was thinking, like, you can kind of hear somebody, I guess it was the father, was kind of telling him what to say, which is weird. I'm not saying he's being coached, but it was kind of, he would say it and then the kid would say it back. So I guess maybe because the father didn't want to talk and father's trying to tell him what to say. Telling the 911 operator about it. So they cuts over to the cop when it had a body cam, and he was on another call. So rewatching again, I didn't realize that the cop they originally showed, this is before he got the call. So before he got the call, before he even knew about this alien call, he was outside talking to another person, kind of close in a different part of town on a different related call. And he's talking to this guy, and he sees like a shooting star, but it's really bright.
Yeah.
And he goes out, he's like, whoa, kind of missed that shooting star. And then it shows over to where they get the call, and he's like, you can hear him talk. I can't see the guy. He goes like, man, we got this alien call, and I just saw like a bright light in the sky because I'm getting a little freaked out because I'm telling you, because I have butterflies, I'm getting a little freaked out, bro.
Didn't his one of his partners on another patrol car said something too about it, right?
Right. They saw some lights. So they go over to the house and they talk about it, and they're showing the family, and it's cut. They edit this on the news thing. Yeah, there's these beings out there and whatever, and the guy starts being to show them in the backyard, and they cut it out, say we can't show the backyard, it's private property and everything. So the Channel 8 News is talking about it. They're like, guys, like, I can't believe we're talking about this, but yeah, supposedly the Pentagon's going to look at it, blah, blah, this and that. So when I first saw this, I was like, this is the beginning of June. I'm like, this happened when? May 1st. I'm like, why the fuck are we just hearing about this? This is weird. You'd think it would be ticking off. And then everybody started hearing about it. So when I went back to look at it, when this had happened, so it just happened late April 30th, early May 1st is what happened. Yeah. It didn't go out. No one was supposed to know about this. So when I looked in, like, okay, so then how did it get out? Did his family put it out? No, the first thing that actually came out is there's this guy, his name is Doug Papa, and he actually has a podcast, but he's an ex-retired cop. He's now a private investigator. Like, he did a lot of work on the Las Vegas massacre, the shootings and stuff like that. He does a lot of stuff. He's from Baltimore, the East Coast. He's over here in Vegas now, so he does a lot of stuff. He's not into UFOs, and he never does that. But he said he has a lot of cops that are buddies, and they kept giving him word like, "Hey, yo, something happened," and this is like mid-May. Something happened a couple of weeks ago. There, these big hush hush. He goes, what's that? He's all about conspiracy and not talking about aliens. He's talking about government conspiracy and cover-ups, with crime and stuff. So he finds out that this whole alien thing was happened. So he's going into all his sources and stuff when he finds out where the family lives and everything. And he goes to talk to him. And when he talks to a young boy, nobody else wants to talk to him. So there's two boys and the mother and the father. And they live on this estate, which is not theirs, by the way, and up in the Northwest. They're renting it. But it's one of those properties that's really huge. It's got a huge yard. They're mechanics. I don't know if they run a business out of there, but they do a lot of work and everything. So the story he got is these two kids, with the oldest one's 16 and the younger one, they're working on a car around about midnight. Supposedly they hear this loud, you see this a light, bright flash and a loud boom. So going back, if you look at the neighbors, there is a Ring camera that shows a neighborhood. It's at nighttime. Suddenly see a really bright flash and a loud boom. Now, if you go back and look, the American Meteor Society mentions that April's a big month for meteors. And they went back and said, yeah, that was a meteor that just got pretty close. That basically, that's what people are seeing. If you look at the cop's cam, that's what it is. It looked like a shooting star just really close. Yeah, it was really loud, and it made just a real big boom. So this family's like, yes, this thing landed in our backyard. It was a circular craft or something. It crashed in our backyard. And so we looked up to see what it was. We hear thousands of footsteps around us, and next thing you know, we see these big, tall beings.
Did you say thousands?
They hear thousands of footsteps is what I heard. Multiple, more than just 2 or 3 people.
Same thing. The guy said thousands of footsteps, but he said like the floor was not his vision was blurry, but the floor was blurry.
Floor was blurry, yes. And when they tried to look,
like
it was blurry.
Like they couldn't force field kind of like a. Like what's it called?
Like the Predator kind of thing. It's kind of blurry. Like they couldn't really see, and then it kind of cleared up. Yeah, kind of camouflaged.
Visible cloak or something.
So again, I mean, the guy who is bringing this, his name is Doug Papa. He has his own podcast, whatever. You check it out. I try to watch it. It's an informational podcast. It's not the most exciting, but it is a lot of information. But he goes really slow, and he has the police reports and everything. He got everything up. If you guys want to watch that, yeah, very detailed. And he goes back, and so he talks about it, and he goes, well, afterwards they called their father over. Their father, it was inside. He comes out. They see this thing. The father's like, get back in the house. So they get back in the house. I'm not sure why they didn't call the cops right away. So they went to go back out there again to investigate, and they see these things again. So they go back in. The kids, for some reason, wanted to go back out to go get their tools from their car.
Well, those tools are worth some money. But
I guess so. Yeah, that's true.
It's not worth your life.
So they go out there. And when they're trying to get the tools, the younger brother tells the older one. So the older one, and they'd already posted the name now as New York Post, right? His name is Angel Gomez. His younger brother said, hey, look over by the forklift. I guess they have a forklift, and by the forklift, the beings there, we're standing there. And they go, when they first see it, they kind of froze, kind of like sleep paralysis. They just kind of froze for a second. They're looking, and he kind of describes the alien like it's tall, whatever. And he said something about his stomach moving, whatever. And finally, they can move again, where they just got the hell out of there. And I think that is when, now again, I'm not exactly sure. I've looked so much, and I think right after that is when they called the cops. And they waited, and it took the cops like 30 minutes to get there. Right? Yeah, it takes Metro. Right?
That's normal. It's pretty fast, though.
Right.
Pretty fast for that.
Right. And so when the cops came there, then you can see on what happened that they were there for a little bit. And at first, this kid told that Doug Papa guy who was interviewing him at the time, he goes, "Well, they didn't really help out. They're just there." And they said that the time on the thing was like, well, they were there half an hour at least trying to help out and find out what was going on. And then the cop jokingly, when he left, and you can see it on the body cams, like, hey, man, you have any more 9-foot aliens? Don't call us, man. We don't want to deal with that stuff. He was saying it jokingly, but I think he was a little freaked out. Where the other cop went out in the neighborhood asking cars passing by. And that's what I was thinking, man, this is like
I saw that
1 a.m. But he got a car. He's like, hey, you guys see any strange lights in the sky? And, anything going on? He goes, I know this is weird, but do you see anything going on? So at this time, the mom comes out because the father didn't want to talk to this guy. The mom comes out and talks to him, and she started talking to him a little bit. And at first, the kid's like, I can't talk about this when he went to talk to this guy because I can't talk about it. They told me not to talk about it. He's like, who's that? He goes, well, I had some people out here, and I had a journalist that said, no, I'm not supposed to talk about this. He's like, what journalist? He wouldn't say who it was. So the mom started talking a little bit. She goes, look, yeah, this happened, whatever. 2 days after this happened, we had a couple cops come out and say, hey, could we come out and look out in the backyard? The guys forgot to do something, so they kind of looked out a little bit and did their thing, and then they left. And then 2 days, 2 detectives come up, same thing. And they come out and look out there, whatever. And a few days after that, they had people. So the same day the guy went to go investigate the Doug Papa is when they put up the cameras. They noticed, he goes, I noticed in the morning there was nobody there because there was no cameras. When he came up, the lady goes like, yeah, they just came here. They installed these cameras to keep us safe. She said, keep us safe.
The investigators or detectives in cameras?
No, it was a different text altogether. But
like those cameras they have in like the those parking lots, those police ones.
Oh yeah,
so like really high end cameras.
It was like better though, not like that one.
This was to protect the family from people trying to find out where it was. At the time, nobody really knew the story. I don't know. It was very odd. It was very hush hush. It was not supposed to get out until this guy started looking into it. And then from this guy, Doug Papa, looking into it, Channel News got it. And then the rest of the world, it just took off.
Yeah.
So at first he wouldn't say the name. And I was trying to find the name of this guy, and then I kept looking. I'm like, sure enough, the New York Post, I got it and printed this guy's name. So I looked up. So if you look on YouTube, Alien Society 51, and his name is Angel Gomez, the kid actually posted a video, and he retells the story of what happened. And then he says, if you have any, I have more evidence to show if you want to, ask questions, whatever it is. So it's only one video is posted. He said he was going to post another one. This is over a month ago, and nothing else was posted then. So it was just very weird. I don't know. Another strange thing, and I listened to another podcast called Theories of the Third Kind, went over it, and those guys are pretty good over it. If you guys listen to it, there's a lot going on, a lot of intro and the end, but usually the middle, it's a chunk of it's usually pretty good. And they talked about, they go over facts and findings that this Alien Society 51 in January had posted some stuff. They don't know it's connected, but it's just strange. The name is the same. I think it was on a site or something they have, right? So they don't know. They're basically saying like, I don't know. They were trying to sell NFT. They're trying to sell like NFTs. So I don't know if it's connected to this guy because now suddenly they see aliens, but they had NFT art. They had alien art that are NFTs for this. They had
Angel guy.
They didn't say his name, but there was the same name that this Angel kid had created for the YouTube thing. It was actually like a site. It was called Alien Society 51 NFT. Yes.
Oh, okay.
NFT, and they were trying to sell NFTs, which are non-fungible. They're basically digital photos that you can actually purchase and own. Yeah. And so now this is in May, and this happened. So it's kind of like, they just put it like, we're just saying, it's just weird. It's the same name. We're not saying it's him. We didn't find anything to link him into it, but it's just kind of weird. It's the same name that this thing a few months earlier was trying to sell certain things, and now this is coming out.
Promoting his.
So. And I found out somebody had posted some fake video about finding an alien in the backyard. Video was a fake video, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Okay.
Well, so
they realized they decoded that it was fake. So anything you see a video where you see an alien crouching and stuff, it's fake. I mean, it looks fake. When I saw like a still picture, I'm like, oh, that even looks fucking fake.
So I watched a couple of those like to kind of like get brushed up on the whole subject. So the first thing he said, I think it was the same Doug guy or someone else said, well, it's a felony to do a false police report. So right there,
that's what I'm saying. It's really ballsy.
This kid's going to risk a lot.
Right. The family is going to risk a lot.
He kept on saying, like, I was like, hey, I'm being serious. Because even the operator lady was like,
right.
Size in the size on the call.
Well, he was saying when he risked that Doug Papa, she had listed a code that they think the person's mentally ill.
Yeah, help. Send her help.
Yeah, it was like they need help. Right.
They're going to send a unit to like come like a mental check.
And they got to
welfare check.
The cop like overrode him. He was like, I think
so when you do that, you got to send a special cop who's trained to handle somebody that's mentally unwell. If they think it's somebody's unwell, basically yes. But go ahead.
But the lady was like,
right.
He's like, no, I'm serious. I'm being serious.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm serious.
But I think did his dad speak English or no? Because
his dad does speak English a little bit.
But and another thing was like, so they had a camera back there, but they were like, we only have it for thieves. We don't want people.
They said the cameras from before, from the previous occupants, because they're renters. Because it's not even ours. It doesn't even work. It's just up there. That's what they said. The ring camera.
Because they're all their equipment back there. They did have a lot of high end equipment, like
mechanics,
duty.
And then mechanics is not cheap. Those tools are not cheap.
So it makes sense. And then that whole invisible so another video was showing like breaking down the video, like, hey, we're gonna see like these guys are actually really scared, like the whole like the voice. And like the demeanor of it.
They look really great. They look. I mean, it'd be hard. You have to be a trained actor. I don't know. Sometimes you can tell people like this looks fucking fake, but it seems pretty. It looks like
There was a video where like I think it's the mom with the cell phone. She's holding it.
Yes.
They're all out and look kind of
trying to go out to the backyard. Yes.
Yeah, they're looking in the backyard.
And they freaked out.
One guy broke down the video. He's like, first you don't really see much. See something tall back there. And he's like, the one thing I do notice, they're all looking the same direction. They're not like
right. Yeah, that does right.
Like a one working here and the other guys.
And they all seem scared to go back. They don't go back. They almost go back and they kind of back out. They really seem freaked. The only thing that guy, and I saw that video, the only thing pissed off is the lady's like, would you fucking just put it?
Yeah,
she kept doing this. I get it though. You're freaked out. And like she kept like doing this. I'm like, put it up like this, man. I mean, you can't see it, but it is what it is. But I guess it makes it a little more. I guess it does make it a little more believable that it wasn't right. It wasn't all planned out.
Come on. Shaking. Come on. Get one in there.
And they did have a thing where they said they saw like a depression in the thing, but if you show the picture of it, it looks like somebody just dragged a foot in a big circle.
Yeah, that looked like a
But it's just so it's like kind of gravel kind of backyard. It's like
soft.
Well, how would you do? But then once you see footsteps. Unless you cover your
it almost seemed like just
circles.
It didn't seem like something crashed there.
Right.
It just looked like somebody kind of made just like a circle. And I don't know. I didn't. there's a lot of the story part that I almost believe, and there's some of it I'm just like, oh, that's total bullshit. You know, the circle thing I not like. I'm like, okay, what do I know though? Well, how would I know what it fucking looks like? What if a UFO crashes?
So they are flying saucers if it is, because everyone everyone that dated on saying they've seen UFOs all describe kind of the saucer like.
Yeah,
shit.
Right.
From hundreds of years ago, from different cultures.
From now, exactly.
From Mayan cultures, they all have the same little thing. So,
right.
I don't know.
I do think, too, I think the cop's body cam with a meteor, and it does look like a meteor. I think that was a meteor.
Right.
Now, their meteors are known to do that, and they're known to, this one's just probably a little bigger than usual. I think it's just coincidental, possibly. If this thing is true, I think it's coincidental. Or maybe not. I mean, and I always realized, like, that kid did not sound overly panicked, but again, and how would I know how to act if he saw aliens? I don't know how the fuck. I don't know. I'd be like, or I'd be like, oh shit, man, you know.
That's crazy how you said like, yo, when you looked at it, he like just froze up. Like,
they froze up for a little bit, and they kind of so they got a kind of good look at it, and then they kind of just let him go,
and he couldn't do anything.
The whole blurry thing was weird. So there's a lot of aspects to this that. So now there's another video that posted a few days later because there was also reports like, oh, these families missing. This family, no, they just went dark because they were getting bombarded. People found out who they were. Like I said, Doug Papa was not saying their names. That guy, the original guy who broke it, he says, I told him I wouldn't say their names or anything, but the New York Post got a hold of it and they printed the kid's name. That's why I'm like, let me look up this fucking guy. So we say, hey, look, we're fine. The kid's like, I deal with depression and this is too much, guys. Please just forget about this because I know what would happen if you wouldn't believe me or not. You can look up there. His name is Angel Gomez. He has a YouTube. Like I said, it's Alien Society 51. And then it's also a TikTok, and the TikTok is where he put, please just leave us alone. Please forget us. Please just leave us alone, please. And so he looked pretty upset.
They moved out the house too, right? Or temporary?
I'm not sure.
They said the house is empty now?
I'm not sure. I didn't see anything about that.
Oh, sure.
I think maybe they're just not, maybe they just got out of there again. They got too much space when they got found out. But yeah, it's very weird. So that kind of explained to me why we didn't hear about it. At first I thought that Channel 8 news thing came out May 1st. No, it came out beginning like June 7th.
Yeah, Greg Knapp.
Greg Knapp and all them got into it. But yeah, the story was originally brought that Doug Papa and the whole thing. So whether you guys want to believe it, I think unfortunately, and then you have that one fake video someone posted of alien.
Like this hiding is the thing in like the bushes or something like
that.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing that sucks is you get something almost credible like this, and you got fuckers like this doing the shit that ruin it. Like, dude, we're really trying to find out what's going on here, and you get these fuckers that are ruining it. Could these people be totally fake? Yeah, they totally could. I mean, this could be a story they could. But we can't figure that out if you keep doing stupid shit like that. You know, it's like, come on,
but
man.
it got you to view it.
Oh, I didn't see the alien.
That's all they wanted is views.
Right, that's all. That's all on views. Right, I didn't see that. I just saw they mentioned it, and I saw the picture. Yeah, I get why they're doing it.
This is why I don't think aliens would visit humanity. Right, I feel like they know what kind of people. They know who we are. They know humanity is civilized. Is violent. Yeah, is aggressive, manipulative. Yeah. If you're a smart species like aliens
stay way the fuck away from us.
Exactly.
We're like the bad neighborhood.
It's like if you have a neighbor that you know is violent, you're not gonna go over his house.
We're like the bad neighborhood. They're not supposed to come visit, and they still come visit, and
there's a meme like
they're like, oh.
There's a meme that says that you think the aliens, when the aliens, there's a meme that there's a meme that says when the aliens pass by our planet, you think they lock their doors on the way by? Yeah.
Dad's gonna be so pissed. He told us not to take it down here.
But you're totally right, man. You're totally right. Like, people like, why do aliens come see us? Like, why would they? We're a bunch of assholes, dude. We're fucking killing each other and doing stupid shit. We can't even get along with each other.
We'll aim our guns at them, and then it's like,
hey, why
we're gonna fight something that can visit human.
Right. And they're like, well, they're totally, they got more technology than us. I go, that doesn't mean it doesn't mean that we'd be able to hurt them. I mean, they're scared of. I mean, maybe they're not.
We're not.
I don't think they're scared of us. It's just
for them.
We never know.
They just know it would just result them killing us,
basically.
Because
maybe they
would try and fight them.
Way overpowered.
We'll
basically, right? And they don't want to do that. Basically, like, why we want to kill them? We don't want to do that. They're just a really,
We're primitive.
Very primitive culture. They just, we're trying to wait for them to fucking wake up. And
was it 2001: Space Odyssey with the stick and the monkeys?
Yeah,
remember?
yeah. That's basically what we are doing. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, that's basically us.
But yeah, it sucks.
So, anyways, guys, look into that. It's pretty interesting.
My view. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's my view too.
I think.
I think that's a lot of people's view now. Like, we're getting like, why would they want to come see us? we are not worth coming down to see because you said eventually we're going to end up just fucking fighting them.
They probably gave us technology years ago. Just leave it for us.
Well,
like, here, guys.
Listen, that's another rabbit hole we can go down.
And
so you think about,
and we just don't do anything with it. Like we tried.
Well, look, think about this. So that's another rabbit hole that I've gone down. If you think about it, since the whole 40s, where the whole Roswell is, and all these things were not just Roswell. There's a bunch of stuff that going on. Our technology has just done leaps and bounds like crazy. Yeah. They're talking about. And just recently too, there's a whistleblower that came out of I don't want to say 51, came out of the government, just said, hey, we got alien stuff. Not just that we got dead pilots, we got alien stuff that we're reverse engineering. And it just came out, I forget his name. His name is just came out like
it's all getting declassified now since it's like that time frame's up, and then even Obama was kind of talking about it,
right?
And Harry Reid, before he passed away, he was all about that.
Some of the stuff like if you guys want a New York Post about that kid's land, it's New York Post. It's June 13th, Las Vegas UFO mystery. Just to give some of the links to some of the stuff that I'm looking at.
You think there's UFOs?
UFOs, yeah, fuck yeah.
Go Captain Kirk on them. Just fuck a green bitch.
I'm trying to get the guys. Anyway, there's a whistleblower that just came out recently.
They shut his phone service.
David Charles Grusch, Grusch. So he just came out and said that former intelligence officer said the U.S. and other nations are also engaged in top secret operations attempting to reverse engineer pieces to create weapons. And that's been a conspiracy theory for a while. But they showed like over the past 40, 50 years how we've just, the iPhone, the computer, everything just jumping and just gotten better so fucking quick. I don't know. I mean, you just make that one little discovery like the computer and everything just snowballs from there because we just oh, look at this.
Quantum computers.
We can do this. We can turn that into this. We can turn this
quantum computers, exactly. But that they're saying, like, well, how do you think they got the idea for that? I'm like, whatever. That's just the thing they put up. But go out there, be interested, man. Do your homework on this stuff. There's so much stuff out there. Like I said, I went down the rabbit hole and watched this. You can watch the Doug Papa podcast, the original one he did. It's a little hard watching, but it's very informative for me. The other, I do the audio podcast, The Theories of Third Kind. They do a bunch of conspiracy. Then they did pretty good on the Las Vegas one.
It's a deep rabbit hole.
It is.
I do believe all that, but just like, man, do I really
it's trying to go through
here? Like,
trying to wade through all the bullshit that's the problem. I'm trying to get to the real thing, but I don't think. I think 99.9% of all the stuff out there is.
But do you think the bullshit stuff? Do you think it's like pre-staged to be bullshit just to get you off of it?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's misinformation. They say a lot of that's what the government did. They flood it with misinformation to make it look stupid. So you don't know the bullshit from that.
It's like a little trick. Like, here's,
smoke mirrors. And
exactly.
Here's the ball for the dog.
Well, they do that with not just, they do it with everything. If you want something to just distract you, something bad's happening in the White House. Well, we're going to do this over here to distract you from this over here. That's really bad. You're going to pay attention to, Kardashian lost one of her butt cheeks. What's going on over here? Holy shit, look, her butt cheek blew up. And then over here, they're
COVID.
They're like genocide over here. Yeah, exactly.
She did lose it.
So,
Sad day.
She's just like this now.
Yeah, she deflated those girls.
Yeah, exactly. No, nothing happened to her. I was just making some example or something. That's funny. Anyways, I enjoyed looking at this thing. I was up late last night. I was rabbit holes. Like, I gotta stop. My fucking brain's getting way over fucking. I'm not made for this shit.
I think it's all real because there's stuff from other parts of the world from 50 years ago that all kind of like correlates the same thing.
Something's going on.
So it's like even governments. Yeah. You have like hieroglyphics that kind of show something.
The Egyptians.
You got Egyptians, Sumerians.
Well, you go down the rabbit hole of humans being around here way longer than we ever thought, and being here from where, and they're proving now like the Big Bang Theory is not really doesn't hold up anymore, man. We've been a lot longer than it's all the stuff that we keep finding. The more we get smarter and find stuff out, the more we find out what we thought before was not right. Just like at one time, that's a bad example, but I was going to say anyways, one time we thought the world was flat, and now we know it's circle, but then some people go back to think it's flat.
That's crazy.
But let's not get into that. That's a whole nother. Yeah, let's get a whole nother rabbit hole of the stuff. But
flatter.
I think just like Buttermilk said, that totally misinformation. They just flood it, and that way you think like I do, and like, well, it's all bullshit. But I don't think everything's bullshit. There are some gems of truth. It's just hard to pick them out.
You got
when people start getting paid for clicks. The alien thing, when people, it's hard to pick out what to believe and what not to. Sooner or later, it seems like little by little, it almost seems like we're getting prepared for something
big. Well, the government's already doing it, kind of like
exactly
for them to declassify all this. Is like,
little by little, just so we're not all.
But you know what's crazy?
Doesn't matter. We're still gonna be.
It was like a year or two ago, and it was kind of like a footnote, like UFO getting declassified.
Yeah,
the Pentagon.
Yes,
like,
all those things.
It was like a little footnote.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah,
and it was like some Trump stuff going on. And
yeah,
like
UAPs.
That. Yeah, it was like no one was like like in the 90s. Again, we probably would have lost our mind.
Yeah. And the Bob Lazar, he came out in the 90s. They all said he's crazy and stuff. And now it's kind of like, well, fuck, was he crazy or really fucking?
He was on point with some stuff.
He was on point some stuff, exactly. Yeah. He knew some stuff before it came out, that particle. And then little do we know, like 13 years later, this particle was true. It was like, oh shit, he was fucking right.
Oh, Bob Saigon?
No, Bob Lazar.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can look it up. Oh, look it up. He came out in the 90s. Yeah. You can look up to him, and he came out in the 90s, came from Area 51, and he's said had a lot of shit to say, dude. And people looked at him as fucking nuts. And just recently they talked to him again, and sure enough, in the middle of the interview, you see the black cars coming up. He's like, I gotta go.
Really? Whoa.
He goes, oh shit, yeah.
I thought you did one of these.
Yeah, no. Look it up, everybody. Bob Lazar, Doug Papa podcast. He broke this whole thing. He's got a lot more information, step by step. Theories of the third kind. And you look online, New York Post puts stuff about it. The kid's name, Gomez and stuff. We got to get going here, guys. But thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Look into it some more. I know I always do. Every once in a while, I kind of check into that. But I think we're all believers here. We just don't know what we want to believe though, on who to believe, right? All right. Hey, thank you, everybody. Drew Safari, you need to say anything? Or
thank you for having me on this show.
Awesome, brother. Yeah. First time here, man. There we go. That's right.
Fucking
love it. Yeah, buddy. It was good.
I'd love to be back on the show. I live right down the street.
So fuck yeah.
Call me
up. Hey, no problem, man. Go on again. Exactly.
I'll just come in.
Next time aliens come to visit us, you'll be the first guy we call.
I'm a bullshitter.
Yeah, he is a bullshitter. We like it. Yeah, exactly. So we like it. Like talking.
You flew through that hour,
Everybody.
How about you bring your mom on the show and you ask her where she put your Pokemon cards?
Oh, there we will get. Yeah,
talking about a bullshitter.
This garbage one. Yeah.
She'll just ramble on, man.
Please like, subscribe, and share. Love everybody. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hello and welcome, guys, back to another, it's not a full episode of Tales from Vegas, guys, as I'm with my co-host Patrick here. Patrick, buddy, it has been a little bit. I know people have been wondering, where the hell are these guys at? Where are these beautiful human beings at right now and stuff? Hey, everybody, welcome. Just want to do a quick little promo, a little preview of I guess we're going to call it our next, the second season of Tales from Vegas. Guys,
I like that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. We are coming back. We're coming back with more guests, more shows, more fun. I mean, we're going to hit it again.
I'm ready for season 2.
Season 2 coming soon. But yes, guys, we didn't forget you out there, and it is still going on. I know, and I wish if I had known it's me that long a hiatus, I would have kind of put a little ending like, hey, I'll be back here soon, but stuff. But you know what? Whatever. It is what it is, and we will be back. So
stick with us.
Yeah, stick with us. We'll have some stuff coming out soon. Hopefully, try to get it regularly. I know when I first started the show, it was like every week, and I was on it and stuff and everything. But like I said, it's sometimes as a show with guests on a podcast, which. I mean, and I thank everybody coming out. I try to get a little bit of exposure out there for the people and stuff. But there's some people come out. There's really nothing for them to bring them out here. It's not like I'm paying them or anything. So I always appreciate them coming out here and telling some of the stories that they want to. And if I have anything to tell them, it's fun.
It's a labor of love. Right. I mean, we get paid to talk for a living, basically as bartenders. So this has always been right up our alley.
It's right up our alley. And we will say just about. Every single person we've had on here always said they've had fun, man. It's always a blast, and that's what we want to bring.
We have gotten some really good feedback, and it's funny. I can't even wait to. We touched upon this a little bit on one of our last episodes, where we talked about eventually when it is music, maybe incorporating a way for them to play something live. I still have that in the back of my head.
I do too.
And we're going to get a way to set that up.
That'd be great. Yeah, but I think that's pretty good. I mean, we hit on everything.
Yeah, I think it was just important for us to kind of get back to jabbing around and let people know that there's more to come.
Get our lips flapping. Yes, there is. There is more to come. So, hey, thank you, everybody out there. Stay tuned. Be looking out there hopefully soon. Hopefully within a month, we'll get something going and kind of come out there and come out with season 2 of Tales from Vegas. Senor Patrick, anything else, buddy?
No, and listen, anyone that is listening or following, if they have anybody or in mind, or
please, or reach if you out. Want yourself, you reach out. Tales from Vegas podcast at yahoo.com. All together, Tales from Vegas podcast, yahoo.com. Or if you know us, just tell us, man. We don't have any qualms about putting on anybody here. Just come on and sometimes I tell people, if you're a little freaked out about giving out certain stories, we always use alias names, man. I've done it for a few of our guests and stuff. That you think you know their name, but there's something different. But we always protect those, and we won't give away where you work, whatever. But I know that's some concern. For
just people. Social security.
Social security.
Those numbers are fine, but no pictures.
We won't tell your favorite color, okay, or who your favorite He-Man character is. We won't give that part out. But anyways, but we're good. All right, man. We're good to go.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
We will see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.